Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. We have completed the chapter India after independence and now we will be doing some extra questions from this chapter. So the questions are, first question, what challenges or problems, we can also say, what challenges India was facing at the time of independence. So, what is the answer? The first point, you will first of all write the sentence. The problems, following are the problems or challenges the country was facing at the time of its independence. The first is the problems of refugees, as so many people were displaced because of partition, and 8 million refugees had come into the country. First point. Second point, you will write that the problem of integration of more than 500 princely states into India. Okay, and now the third point, you will write the third point, to maintain the unity of the country in spite of diversity. To maintain the unity of the country in spite of diversity. And then the next point is to bring economic development with unity and social justice. To bring economic development with unity and social justice. This is the next problem the country was facing. So these are only single line में मैंने बताया है. You can elaborate also, है ना, इसी एक point को आप elaborate कर सकते हो. Okay, so these are the problems the country was facing. Then one more problem, एक और है जो next last होगा अपना आपका. A constitution was required for the governance of the country, and it was under the process of completion. Okay, so that was also a very big challenge. Okay, and now we have the next question. What are the next question is what are the important features of Indian Constitution? So what will be your answer? I'm just telling you in single sentences. You can extend it. इसको आप elaborate कर सकते हैं, बढ़ा सकते हैं. ठीक है? तो you will write down key following are the important features of Indian Constitution. The first is the adoption of a universal adult franchise. The adoption of universal adult franchise, which means that all Indian citizens, above the age of 21 would be allowed to vote in elections. Okay. And now the next feature of our constitution. The next feature is the constitution guarantees equality before the law to all citizens. Okay, this is your second point. And then we see the third feature of Indian Constitution is the Constitution offers special privileges for the poorest and the most disadvantaged Indians. The Constitution offers special privileges for the poorest and most disadvantaged Indians. So, a certain percentage of seats in legislatures as well as jobs in government is reserved for the members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. ठीक है, ये आपके third feature हो गए. Then you will come to the fourth feature, and it's the Constitution distribute Constitution distribute the power of the government between two levels of the government, that is central government and state government. And in this way we have adopted federal government. Okay, this is your next फीचर हो गए. देन इसके बाद वाला जो फीचर है वो आप क्या दोगे? नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आपका हो गया, इन आर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज was allowed to be used in the courts, the services and communications between one state and another, and Hindi is accepted as the official language. Okay, this is your features. Okay, and now we have some other questions. इसके अंदर से कुछ questions होंगे. Like एक बहुत important question है, how the power is distributed between the central and the state government according to the Constitution. Or we can write how does the Constitution distribute power between the center and between the central and state government? How does the Constitution distribute power between the central and state government? Okay, so in this what you are going to write, it's about जो हमने list के बारे में देखा था, ये वही है ना? So you will write that 3 lists are given in the Constitution. 3 lists of subjects are given in the Constitution. डैश करके आप फर्स्ट पॉइंट दोगे यूनियन लिस्ट, which contains subject such as tax, defense, and foreign affairs, which would be the which are the exclusive responsibility of the center, which are the exclusive responsibility of the center. Next, second point आप दोगे state list, which contains subjects like education and health, which are the responsibility of the states. Third आप दोगे concurrent list, which contains subjects like forest and agriculture, which are the joint responsibility of the center and the state. And fourth आप दोगे residuary power, which means that all the power which are left will be given to the center. Okay, so this is the distribution of power according to our constitution. And now we come to the next question. So the next question is, what do you mean by linguistic states? So the linguistic state is that state which is based on a particular language. Like Gujarat means the state where people who speak Gujarati live. ठीक है, ये आपका हो गया linguistic state. And now we have a question. Another question. The question is a statement here. The Indian National Congress had promised back in 1920s, the Back in 1920s, the Indian National Congress had promised that once the country won independence, once the country won independence, each major linguistic group each major linguistic group would have its own province. Would have its own province. But this promise was not kept by Congress. This promise was not kept by Congress. What was the reason behind it? The question is this: what was the reason behind it? है ना, इसके पीछे क्या कारण था? सो वी हैव डिस्कस्ड दैट यू विल राइट व्हाट यू विल राइट. पहले तो आप इस पूरे सेंटेंस को आपको कॉपी करना होगा. बैक इन 1920s द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस had promised that once the country won independence, each major linguistic group would have its own province, but this promise was not kept by Congress because of the following reason. The first point is India is a country of diversity. India is a country of diversity. So it was the speculation of the Western countries that India will not remain united after independence. First. Second, you will give that India got independence with the cost of partition, and this partition was done on the basis of religion. Now, third point you will give that the national leaders were very much concerned about the unity of the country, and that is the reason this the promise was not kept by the Congress. Okay, these are the 3 points. Okay, now we have next question. Name the first state which was created on the basis of language. कौन सा पहला स्टेट था जो लैंग्वेज के बेसिस पे क्रिएट हुआ? इट वाज आंध्र प्रदेश. Name the first state which was created on the basis of language. It was which state? कौन सा था? आंध्र प्रदेश, है ना? So this is important. And now we have the next question. Name the Gandhian leader who went on a fast who went on a hunger strike for the creation of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so who was he? He was Poti Sriramulu. P-O-T-T-I Sriramulu. SRIRAMULU. ULU. Okay, so this is all for today. We will continue with this in the next class.